Okay, the energy in this room is really vibrant today. Thank you, people. Good morning, Wellspring. My name is Judy Bethman, and I'm part of your October 12th, 2025 service team. We have a few opportunities. Early Birds meets on Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m., not 9:30 p.m., via Zoom. The link is on the weekly email and on the website. Our speaker for today is our lovely Reverend Sandy. Next week, Reverend Randy Granger is going to be here, and then the last of the month is going to be Donna Stryker. The Thursday evening group continues to meet at 7 o'clock here in the social hall or on Zoom. You can get the coordinates from Cleona or Edward. On Saturday, October 18th, that's next Saturday, our own Jean Geringer will be teaching a beginning dowsing workshop from 1:30 to 4:30 here in the social hall. The fee is $25. On Sunday, November 9th, we will celebrate Wellspring's birthday. Anyone wishing to become a member, please contact either me or Edward. Following the service, we will have a light luncheon with cake and conversation. As always, our prayer team is here to assist and support you. Please submit a request via our webpage or give it to Edward. Our prayer team meets virtually every Tuesday afternoons at 4:15 to pray with you. You may consider sitting in your quiet space during that time. We know we are one in spirit, and the energy of prayer knows no limits. As the vibrations of this bowl ring out, let's take a deep breath in and release all the trials of this past week. Let's do that again, please. Take a deep breath in and out. And let the energy of spirit enfold around us and through us. We know we are one in spirit, and we are thankful for that. We bless this blessed rain falling down upon us. Even if it comes a little too much, we know that the desert really and our reservoirs really need it, and we are thankful for it. We are also thankful for this community that reaches out into the rest of the community via our tithes and offerings. For this we give great thanks. Thank you, Great Spirit, for being a part of us, and through the planet and the universe. And so it is. Okay, well, stand if you are able. And we're going to sing I Release. We're going to have a duo play today. How wonderful.
I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart by faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Good singing, good singing. All right, you may be seated. Jeff, you could have stayed there. All right. Let's read our vision, mission, and affirmation. Our vision: to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission: to support individual spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. Our affirmation: I release and let go all that no longer serves me, making space for Spirit's infinite good. Transformation is my birthright, and I welcome it with an open heart. I trust in the divine flow of life, knowing I am always supported. And so it is. All right. And now, Jeff G. Is this another original song, Jeff?
This is an original.
And what's it called?
It's called Unlimited.
Ooh.
And I'm trying to give me a second on this mic. It won't get long enough here. Okay. That'll work. That'll be a lot better. All right. Okay. Hope you enjoy Unlimited. Beyond the worlds of thought we build, our human mind so often filled with limits drawn by fear and doubt. The ego whispers, stay without. It counts the lack, it holds the small. It believes the form is really all, but deep inside a knowing waits. Beyond the finite fleshy gates, God is unlimited. God is unlimited. God is unlimited. God is unlimited. The little self, the I we know, is but a shadow picture show. It measures all by what it sees, affected by the passing breeze. The greatest I, the Christ within, knows where creation can begin. A spark of light from source we came, reflecting back the holy name. And God is unlimited. God is unlimited. God is unlimited. God is unlimited. Created in God's image, faith like a mustard seed. Anyone can move mountains. We're unlimited and free. We are unlimited. We are unlimited. We are unlimited. We are unlimited. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. You really express the concepts of new thoughts so well through your music. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I always think if a day go by and I haven't learned anything new, then it's wasted. Reverend Sandy gave me this reading to give to you this morning, and the quote is by St. Francis de Sales. Well, I didn't know about St. Francis de Sales, so thank God for Google, right? He lived from 1567 to 1628, and he was a Catholic prelate who served as a bishop of Geneva and as a saint of the Catholic Church. He became noted for his deep faith and his gentle approach through the religious divisions in his land resulting from the Protestant Reformation. He is also known for his writings on the topic of spiritual direction and spiritual formation, particularly the Introduction of the Devout Life and the Treatise on the Love of God. So that's who Francis de Sales is. And let's listen to what one of his quotes is. If the heart wanders or is distracted, bring it back to the point gently and replace it tenderly in its master's presence. And even if you did nothing during the whole of your hour, but bring your heart back and place it again in our Lord's presence, though it went away, every time you brought it back, your hour will be well employed. The mind is, and this is the meditation by Eknath S. Warren. The mind does not like to meditate. It wants to wander. When someone is not doing very well in meditation, one example is his or her mind is elsewhere. The early stages of meditation are like primary school for the mind. At first, we are simply trying to get the mind to stay on the school grounds until the last bell rings. This is all we can do at first. The mind has been playing truant for years. When we try to concentrate, it simply is not present. All we can do is stand at the doorstep and whistle, trying to call it back in. Even if all we do in 30 minutes of meditation is call the mind back 30 times, we have made great progress. We don't have to wait for the day when the mind is completely still to receive immense benefits from meditation. In the Bhagavad Gita, says even a little of this discipline protects us from great dangers. And so it is. It's like I resemble those remarks. Okay, let's bring up beloved Reverend Sandy.
Good job. Woohoo! Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful morning. Last week I said I was, hi Shirley, I was going to take a quantum leap because I'd been complacent since the miracle of TRC in the house and the car and all that. And it's just been an amazing month, because I kept inviting the quantum field to manifest for whatever I'm ready to receive. And it's just been truly phenomenal. It really has. Last night I finally was offered a room for my monthly deal in TRC at the Grapes Gallery. Has anyone been there? It's a really cool gallery. I'd like to introduce Mary and Roscoe, my friends. Mary's from TRC and Roscoe's from here. And he's an amazing artist. If you want to go to, what is your Facebook name?
Scott Eckhart.
Scott Eckhart. He does amazing artwork. He really does. In fact, remember when I talk about PPFS, pain of the past, fear of the future. He made me this because it says big S, little s. Remember that? And it says PPFF, pain of the past, fear of the future. And it has the little s rocking in the power of the big S. And then it says mud on the wall. I love this man because he came up what were we doing?
You were moving in.
Yeah. Oh, you came to a talk, and then you came up, and he took all these screws out of the wall, and then he put mud. I'd never heard of mud. I said, "You're putting mud on the wall?" So that's what he did. Isn't that beautiful? And he's the kindest man, and it's worth going to his Facebook page. Mary and I met my first week in TRC, and it was like, where you been? You know, like a soul reunion. So she's been a really, really good friend, and she has a magnificent husband that helps me turn my windshield wipers off. I usually go to AutoZone, but I think I've worn them out since I moved. You know, I've never had a high-tech car, and the windshield wiper keeps going, and this, of course, Mary's husband just did it, zoom, 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 and then she said, I just got that lesson yesterday. So, anyway, it's a great morning. I usually don't go to Art Hop because it's the Saturday before I talk here, and I'm just so special. I have to stay home and take care of myself. But last night I went, and I had a blast. If you ever want to come down on the, what is it, the second Saturday in the month, it's Art Hop, and you just walk through the town. I danced with 3 different bands. I danced for 3 hours, so to hell with my lung disease. Just ain't true. Well, Ernest Holmes says a disease is a fact, not the truth. And he also says, we don't heal, we reveal. So we're here today to reveal. The topic is drop your mask, because it's Halloween week, isn't it? I mean month. I love fall. I just love it. I have this outfit, this all fall drag, and this is beautiful. I bet Mamba picked this out, right? Well, I call her Bamba. La Bamba. Yeah, I rename people. So drop the mask means we don't have to be our mind-made personality anymore. It's safe for us to come out and play as the spirit that we are. We can do this, and it's exhilarating. It's terrifying. It's not easy. I'm not there yet, but I'm way farther than I've ever been to just being myself. And Mary and I both have rapid-fire tongues, so we are ourselves, and sometimes it's messy. But I'd rather be honest than be shut down and doing this act that I did for so many years. I just kept morphing into different personalities to be accepted and liked, you know. So to get authentic has been a real trip. I've been listening to Carl Jung on Netflix, YouTube. And his talk is 7, I thought I wrote it down. Anyway, 7 look up Jung's talk about 7, and it'll come up. It's great. I've listened to it 3 times. I made notes on it. It's just so freeing. And these are a few things that he says. When awakened, there is a quiet sense of worth that comes from simply being. And I always spell being with capital B, capital E-I-N-G, because to be is it. Just to be me, to be here. My first poem in TRC was, I live in the joy of TRC, can't you see I'm finally me? So to be ourselves to everybody, not to morph into a personality at this party or this class or this visit with people, to be the same person to everybody. And that leads to seeing the presence in everybody, the infinite spirit, not the personality. Just move through this personality to the spirit. There is no need to be special. There's no need for applause to make you worthy for approval, being special, craving, I don't know what that word is. No longer an entertainer. I used to be a great entertainer. As a minister, I would speak in 5 cities in California and other places too. But I was an entertainer. I thought I was amazingly fascinating and very funny and very bright. And I wasn't. I was doing this act. You know, it was just this false mask of makeup by Vidal Sassoon, haircut, Vidal, you know, living in Malibu, all that stuff. I don't regret it. It was great fun, but then it just wasn't me. It just wasn't me anymore. So to become authentic is getting vulnerable. And if you've listened to Brene Brown's TED Talk on vulnerability, it's amazing. It's amazing to become safe enough to be yourself, no matter what or with whom. The less you stand out, the more radiant you become. I really wanted to stand out. I still do the way I dress, of course, but I'm hoping people will look at my clothes, not my wrinkles. And I dress for joy. So just to not need to be an entertainer is really freeing, isn't it? When I got into 12-step, I thought I was fascinating because I've had a very busy life. And I would tell my stories and go on, and it's just embarrassing to remember. Because what we go to meetings for is to share experience, strength, and hope, not entertain with our fabulous stories. So that was a big shift I had to make as well. Can you relate to all this? Yeah, I thought so. Blame no longer serves you. Instead of assigning guilt, ask what is the lesson. I used to be great at assigning guilt. I would be fault-finding, judgmental. I would look for what was wrong instead of what was right. And it was a habit, a toxic habit. And now I really love speaking well of people. And when I don't, I have 2 closed-mouth friends that I can spout off to. Because I don't believe in trapped energy. Because, you know, when people are that fake smile, Miss Marple in BBC says he smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Isn't that cool? He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. And yeah, I did a lot of that, and I can see it in people now. And I have compassion for it because I know it's fear-based. We don't want people to discover how awful we really are. I mean, if my parents couldn't accept me, who do you think you are to think I'm cool? You know, it's just not true. I'm an unloving, unlovable person. And I had a big wall around me to stay safe from all the criticism and harassment and narcissism, alcoholism, and mental illness with my mother, which I became. It was terrifying to realize I was like her. And the road to freedom has been long and rocky for me. And I still study for 4 hours in the morning and chant and meditate. And I loved what Judy read, because calling yourself back is meditation for me, because my mind just loves to wander. Oh, we don't want to meditate. Let's talk about somebody. Let's see how much she was wrong yesterday. And let's rehearse what we're going to say. You know, the pain of the past. I mean, reruns and rehearsals. Reruns and rehearsals. Boy, when I see her, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. I used to do that. I catch myself so much sooner now. So instead of assigning guilt, I love that phrase because I was really good at it. Quitting something is not a loss, it is liberation. So when I left jobs, it was upsetting and I made myself wrong. And now I realize I was setting myself free. each time I'd outgrown where I was and whom I was serving. So it's a victory to quit something, like addiction. See your enemies as mirrors. How about that? See your enemies as mirrors. We don't like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, well, Elizabeth Breese Whiting was one of my favorite religious science teachers, and she would always say, the people you be are the people you see. The people you see are the people you be. And people in your life are your thoughts coming back at you. So I love coming down here because I feel so welcome here, and I have such a great time being with such dedicated people in this group. I mean, really practicing the deal, not just mouthing it. I'm fine. You know, like that. That's the bore. So this is cool. Quit using spirituality as an escape. Quit using spirituality as a what is it?
Escape.
Thank you, escape. Stop hiding behind meditation. Oops. Stop reading, you know enough. Stop reading, you know enough. I read all the time and I'm not going to quit. And I also know that I know. I always say, remember to remember that you know that you know. You do know. That's what intuition, the gut, the brains around the gut, we can trust that. I do much better when I do. You know the coulda, shouldas? There was a skit on Johnny Carson, and he's leaving a massage parlor. And do you remember the ad, I could have had a V8? He went, I could have had a V8. The coulda, shoulda, wouldas are just a waste of time, aren't they? It's like, you did what you did, so what? Remember my guru for a while was Majaya Bhagavati, and she was in India, and little ancient man wandered into their campfire, and he said, I want to teach you the secret to life. And she goes, I don't want it. I have a guru. I don't want to hear it. He said, so what? She goes, yeah, so what? He said, that is the answer to life. So what? Not a so what, but a so what? It's temporary. It will pass. Everything's temporary. We don't have to lock into it and do repeats and reruns and rehearsals. So stop reading. That was challenging for me. Awakening is not an achievement. It is a homecoming. Isn't that cool? A homecoming. There's two ohms in homecoming. Om. I love the word om. There's this thing on Facebook that says, what word comes to mind when you think of God? And I always put om, because it's neutral. It's the sound of the infinite. Embracing the mystery of life, not trying to solve it. Just embrace the mystery of life. You don't know that. People say, you know, I was working with death intensely for 10 years and witnessed 167 close friends die and many, many others. And I don't know what happens when you die. I know that near death is near death. They didn't die. So I just learned to embrace the mystery and say, I really don't know, but what matters is that you decide what you know, what you believe, and follow that. Follow your gut. Truth is a process. Let it unfold. Celebrate what is being revealed. Whoops. So that'd be funny if I... Miriam Williamson called me from London one time, and she's on the street talking to me. And she goes, oh my God, Sandy, I almost got killed. I forgot they drive on this side of the street. She stepped in front of a car. She goes, wouldn't that be amazing? I said, no. No, don't do that. Don't talk on the phone in London. That's where her daughter lives. I just loved my 4 years with her. She was 10, and we were just really tight buddies. Miriam would say, you two just drive me nuts. You're so much alike. Because we were Tauruses, and she was I don't know what, Virgo or something? I don't know. None of my business. So, are you willing to be radiant all the time? You know when someone walks in the room, like every single person here, when you walk in the room, there's a radiance. You go, oh, this is great, you're here. This is really neat. And Judy did an amazing job on the platform, didn't she? Yes. I mean, she added the information that I didn't know, so I got to learn. So what is being revealed to you in your life lately? What is bothering you? Just take a moment. You can close your eyes if you want. And ask, what is the current lesson? Whatever's challenged you right now, because we always have challenges, I believe, because we want to grow. So what is challenging you right now? Maybe you know it's time to make a change, to raise your vibration above the challenge, back to the truth of all is well, Spirit reigns supreme. Do you know that it's simply a lesson to set you free, or do you feel like a victim? Are you willing to let Infinite Spirit lift you to a higher vibration of thought? I believe infinite energy expresses through me at the level of my thought frequency. And so I love to stop during the day and raise my frequency. So how would you, when you notice that you're reacting to something, reacting, rerun, how can you lift your energy? How can you just step right out of that low vibration up into a higher vibration where you know that spirit is greater and anything other than spirit is temporary? So how temporary do you want this to be? How long? I always say, hey, big girl, how long do you want to suffer with this? Because it's optional. So how do you get out of yourself? Are you really willing to raise up to a higher vibration in the twinkling of a decision to raise up? I often say, up, 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 up. Don't stay there. The law of attraction will get you every time. Do you know how wonderful you are? Truly. Do you know that you're spirit divine, living in the body you were given to learn with, to experience human life on earth? Do you know that it's just the way it's supposed to be? Are you willing to live upward? Ernest Holmes says inward, outward, upward. Just take a breath and let go with a sigh, and know that whether you feel it or not, you've been setting yourself free. You've been liberating your own self. You're taking your hands off your own neck. You're stepping up and stepping out and showing your radiance and bringing that forth in others. I believe the only way out of emotional pain that is legal and non-addictive is to serve others. Just to think of another person when I'm contracting around some temporary problem. Just to think of someone else, to call them, to text them, reach out to them. Just because you care, you're showing that you know and you care. It's wonderful. Think of 3 things you're so very grateful for. That's the truth. The rest is temporary facts. So if you like, you can envision the quantum field of creativity. I see it kind of as a grid, and it's blooming with flowers and blessing me with goodness. I allow the manifestation of a greater good by the grace of the quantum field of creativity. I embrace it. I see it. I feel it. I give thanks for it. And so it is. Thanks for joining me. One miracle I had was last Sunday. There's an annual fish fry for 12-step people. And I got to choose the guest from Las Cruces, and I had to meet her. And as I'm pulling in for gas on the last stop before the freeway, right at the freeway entrance, the little light went on, this high-tech car. Your left rear wheel needs air. And so I'm bending over for 5 minutes, nothing. I mean, get it, nothing's happening. Could you do something else? So I went in and I said, I have a flat and I have to get the hatch. And so she sold me a Fix It. Do you know Fix It? It works. Huh? Fix a flat, that's what I said. Thank you. Yeah, so it worked. And this girl named Jennifer was just a doll. She was just salt of the earth woman. And she went out and did it all for me. And I saw her today and thanked her. It was so cool. But then I took the car to Walmart because the tires were from Walmart. And the man is registering me, Sandhi Scott, Blue Brogue, S-L-A-W. I said, no, it's 923 Poplar Street. That poor man. I said, you must do this all day long with women like me. I'm so sorry. It was like one of those old person cartoons, you know, when they reply to something nowhere near what was said. So that's how I operate sometimes. And I have to have a sense of humor. You know, I didn't mean to be wrong. And, you know, he just looked at me like, really? Do I have to be with you? How did I attract you today? So, but they couldn't find anything. They drained the Fix It. The guy was allergic to it. So he wore a mask, and they drained the Fix It, and they couldn't find anything wrong. So it was free because I had a warranty. Isn't that cool? I forgot that I had a warranty. Remember, just in time as I was heading out to Elephant Butte to this tire place. So that's a miracle to me. That's a real miracle. And I love my Rhonda the Rogue. I just love her that Jennifer gave me to move up here with. And I think friends are just the spice of life. I don't know where I'd be with our friends. Like Ringo says, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get by with a whole lot of help from my friends. To be understood is such a gift, isn't it? To be listened to and actually heard and get a response that expands my experience of it. It's all interpretation to me. Religion is an interpretation. That's all it is. It's someone's bright idea of what is. And for me, life is a mystery, not to be solved, but to be lived, to be embraced, just the way it is, just the way it is not. When Terry Cole Whitaker married me and my husband, and she said, Sandy, can you accept Ron just as he is and just as he is not? And I stalled. There was a lot wrong with him. How was I supposed to be okay with that? She goes, Sandy? Yeah. We had a wonderful marriage, a wonderful divorce, and we're wonderful friends because my mother kept my father in court for 23 years after their divorce for more money. They'd been married 27 years, 23 more years. And I called him. I went up to help her die of alcoholism. And I said, she's dying. He goes, no way. She's not going to die. But I had 6 churches praying for me on the Sunday that she died. And she came to and said, oh, my darling daughter, I love you. And it was just amazing. And then I was called back at 2 a.m. and they said, she's going. And I watched the monitor go down from 40 to 0, holding her. And a tear went from her eye to my cheek. So there was peace. It was a really rocky relationship because poor lady, she didn't get the help that I'm getting. So now I remember the great 12 years. We can remember however we want to, can't we? We can look at the dark side or the light side. And what's the payoff? You know, Terry Cole Whitaker said, what's the payoff for this negative behavior? What are you getting out of it? And it usually boils down to I get to stay small and stuck. I don't have to be vulnerable. I don't have to risk friendship or risk love or risk joy. I have never been so joyful and content. And being here has been an amazing gift for me. I behave better when I know I'm going to come on the second Saturday. I won't be here the second Saturday of November. I'll be here the third Saturday. So, I always do that, don't I? I mean, I do it very often. So I forgive myself. Please forgive yourself and everything and above, below, around, and through. And just know that you were born to be just the way you are. And remember that saying, God doesn't make junk? I believe that. You're each one of you is a radiant being of light. And all it takes is a thought. You know, Ernest Holmes, change your thinking, change your life. It's true. I thought it was change your hair for a while. I had every color of hair, every haircut, just searching for my identity. And now I'm comfortable, and I thank you for that. Wellspring has been so good to me. Thank you.
Oh, that was a great one, Sandy. This song is about a quote, one of my favorite quotes from Rumi. This is called "What You Seek is Seeking You." Treasure, when you're trying so hard to find it, it's not there. Whoa, the pressure says you're building castles in the air, while everything's a miracle. Just look at this world we know. We've created something beautiful. Just think and know. What you seek is seeking you. 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 Treasure seems just like it's water through your hands. Oh, the pressure, always trying to force a change of plans. Well, everything's a miracle. Just look at this world we know. We've created something beautiful. Just think and know. What you seek is seeking you. What you seek is seeking you. Oh, what you seek is seeking you. 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 What you seek is seeking you.
That was great. Please forgive me, I forgot your gift. Did you notice? Yes. Where's my gift? Mama do it. So it's October, and you get to get an acorn, Terry. They're so cute. I love them so much. I hid them, and I had to look for them for 2 days. But I found them. So, you know, you are an acorn, and everything is in you, like what we want to see you. So enjoy your little acorn as a beautiful
For those of you on Zoom, you cannot feel what the energy is like in this room at this moment. And everything has sort of built, and it's great. I was watching Could You Survive in the Desert, and he's talked about acorns and how you have to mush the acorn and then you have to let it seep in like a river or water for overnight because there's toxins in there. But then you can eat it, and it's a very nutty flavor. So you just can't take the head off and eat an acorn. Squirrels seem to do it, but not humans. All right, now it's time for our offering. Thank you, Sharon. We acknowledge and receive our virtual gifts in person and the gifts we will receive, those in the future coming from online and through the post office. We affirm that we are also a part of the flow of what these gifts will do because they go out into the universe. We bless these gifts and know that they are multiplied throughout our community and the cosmos. And so it is. Thank you, Sharon. Right here. Okay, there are a number of folks who have contributed to the production of this service, and we are grateful for this service. Thank you very much. And we thank you out there in Zoom land and here in the sanctuary. And stay around in the Zoom. It's a Zoom meeting after the service if you want to visit with each other. But please join us in the social hall for coffee and communication. All right. Please stand if you are able and read with me the benediction. What is wrong with me? Benediction, and followed by our congregational song. Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature and flow through us into the world. And so it is.